Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Joe, what? How do you think this looks for for Halloween? What do you think?
I mean, I like the right side of it. The left side's okay. I like the right side though.
What about, you like the hand like coming out of the phone like a ghost almost?
It makes sense.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, October 31st, also known as the scariest day of the year. I'm your haunted host, Zoe High. On our world full of media and technology, it's no doubt that some of the most popular Halloween costumes for 2018 are based on popular trends like memes, video games, movies, shows, and celebrities. The top search Halloween costumes of the year, according to Google Frightgeist, is Fortnite, which is also the #1 costume here in Vegas. Up next at #2 is Spider-Man. The third most searched costume is a unicorn, then dinosaur, and finally a witch. And what is Halloween without the iconic witch? Today is the day to get spooky on with your friends or meet new people. The Interact Club is meeting for a scary and spooky Halloween party today after school in room 733. Today isn't just spooks and scares, sometimes it's celebrating the changing seasons. The junior Stuco class is making sure of that with a harvest festival during both lunches. They are selling treats, taking photos in a photo booth, and even pieing math teacher Louis Miranda. Have some fun this Halloween and enjoy the harvest festival during your lunch. Speaking of Stuco, they are planning an amazing night for the senior drive-in. Tickets are sold at the Banker. It's $10 for a ticket, which includes drinks, foods, a limited edition t-shirt, a senior crown, and the location is depending on the weather, but we will keep you updated as the drive-in gets closer. As a correction from yesterday's show, we told you the wrong day for the class of 2019 graduation. The ceremony is actually May 25th at 9 a.m. at the Thomas & Mack Center. So to clear it up, it's the 25th at 9 a.m. at the Thomas & Mack Center. For more senior information, head on over to fstnews.com and search for graduation. Graduating and going into the world is pretty spooky, but not as nail-biting as last night when Varsity Quiz finished with a score of 90 to 95, losing just by one question to the Pirates of Moapa Valley High School. Even though today is Halloween, basketball is starting up for boys this week. Intramurals are today after school from 2 to 4 p.m. and then tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. Learning a new language is always fun, so being around others that are interested in the same language as you is just as fun. Japanese is starting up next week on Thursday, November 8th. When we come back, Logan are back from the dead with a special spooky edition of Tech Watch. And reporter Reed Peterson is here to tell us how Halloween is celebrating around the world. FST News, your eyes and ears around the hill.
Welcome to the Candy Corner, where we'll let you know about the spookiest candy of them all. Candy corn is one of the most controversial Halloween treats around the world. You either love it or hate it. If anyone knows me, I'm obsessed. I even made my own costume to look like a candy corn, but I got the colors wrong. The correct order is actually white, orange, and yellow. Candy corn is made from a mixture of sugar, fondant, corn syrup, vanilla, and marshmallow cream that's melted down and ran through cornstarch molding to create each little kernel. Fun fact, candy corn wasn't the candy's original name. When it was first produced, it was called chicken feed, and many packages were illustrated with a colorful rooster logo and a tagline that read, "Something worth growing for." Candy corn also has its own national holiday. Sadly, it's not today, though. Yesterday was actually National Candy Corn Day, but you can indulge in candy corn all year round. Now, that may sound strange, but many companies have started to create candy corn for each different season, but not with the same name. Around the holiday season, you can find red, white, and green reindeer corn. Valentine's Day, you can find red, white, and pink Cupid corn. And around spring and Easter, you can find pastel-colored bunny corn. Companies have also started to produce different flavors of candy corn, such as apple, pumpkin spice, chocolate, strawberry, and my personal favorite, birthday cake. Although it's corny, candy corn is a staple in the Halloween spirit, so make sure to get some. And if you don't want it, you can give it to me. Now on over to Reed to tell you how Halloween is celebrated around the world. Good morning, Reed.
Thanks, Logan. Every year we celebrate Halloween, a night full of tricks, treats, and enjoying time with your friends. But how is Halloween celebrated around the world? Our first country is Ireland. Halloween is considered to have originated in the country. There are many similarities between how Halloween is celebrated in Ireland and the US, yet the Irish still have some unique traditions. Apart from trick-or-treating, children also play a trick known as knock-a-dolly, which involves children knocking on their neighbors' doors and running away before they can answer them. The Irish traditionally eat a fruitcake called brambrack on this day as well. Brambrack has a treat baked inside the cake, and depending on which treat is inside, will foretell the future of whoever receives it. Still staying in Europe with Germany and Austria, it is now common to see jack-o'-lanterns in both of the countries. But what isn't common is trick-or-treating. Only in large metropolitan cities of Germany will you actually see groups of children going door to door. They say Süßes or Gesaugas as they collect treats from their neighbors. This is partly because just 11 days later, children traditionally go to door on St. Martin's Day, a holiday similar with Halloween, with their lanterns. They sing a song, then they are rewarded with baked goods and sweets. Our final destination is in Mexico, Latin America, and Spain. Dia de los Muertos, also known as Day of the Dead, is a popular celebration in these regions. The belief is that on October 31st, spirits visit their families and then they depart again on November 2nd. The families set up decorations and food up for the arrival of the spirits. This time period represents a celebration of death as opposed to mourning. Well, that's all the world news I have for this scary day. I'm Reed Peterson. Now on over to Logan and Kaylee with a spooky edition of Tech Watch.
And welcome back to a spooky edition of Tech Watch with your Nino top tech news of this Halloween. I'm Kayla Goodwin.
And I'm Logan Winter. Tech Watch may be a little corny, but I did have to change out of my candy corn costume because costumes aren't allowed on campus today.
Technology is always advancing, but what is the point of too much? The team at Botnik Studios have created an AI that can change the world by creating one horror story at a time. Scary, right? Now, stay with us. The AI created the story of when data of every single Goosebumps book was inputted into the system. The premise is that you're running late to class and your cousin has a plan to shortcut through the ominous sounding zombie forest. This may just sound like a children's story, but this shows how some of the greatest advancements in AI are just through writing.
Now, you could spend your Halloween reading ghost stories like Kaylee.
Hey!
Or you could play some spooky games. Now, I'm not talking about the Friday the 13th game or something like that. I'm talking about the Great Google Duel on the Google home screen, aka the best game ever. In this game, players control ghosts trying to capture as many spirits as they can and return them to their home base. This is actually a huge step for the Google homepage. This is the first game they ever released on the homepage that uses real-time connection to connect real people.
You know, Logan, we've talked a lot about different tech on this show, but I don't think we talked about anything as creepy as the horror story creating AI.
See, I have to disagree. What about that pediatric medical robot we talked about a few weeks ago? That was by far the creepiest. When we talked about the device, we didn't talk about how creepy he is. Just look at those endless blank eyes. Funny story, when I edited that footage for that Tech Watch, I felt like it was so creepy, and some of our FST news team agreed, even banning it from being on our computer screens for how creepy it was.
Well, for now, that's all the top tech news we have for you this week.
Find out more top tech news next week on Tech Watch.
Thanks, guys. At the start of today's show, we told you about this year's most searched Halloween costumes. Now moving on to something a little hairy with sharp teeth and claws, your pets. We're getting more involved with pet costumes, so here's a list of the most popular things. Starting at number 1 is a pumpkin, then a hot dog, then third is a dog, but we can assume that costume is for another species. Next is a lion at 4th and a pirate at 5th. If you think your costume is popping, you can tweet us a picture at FST News and you might make it onto tomorrow's show. We wish for all of you Falcons a safe Halloween from all of us at FST News. Have a great day, Falcons.